Thanks for tuning in to the 6-3 podcast. I'm your host, Joel, co-host Ben, and our special guest host for all things NFL, Isaiah.
Mhm.
Welcome back to the show again. I will see you live on Thursday for the NFL draft and to catch up with your lovely five-man family now.
Oh yeah, there
It,
are five of us now.
and then there were five. Yep.
Boy.
Um, we are going to start with our position rankings and start offensively, work defensive, and I'm sure you guys have your top five special teams that we're going to finish up with there. Okay.
I don't know. The draft
William
five
Wagner.
deep? Does it go five deep?
So we'll kick it off with the quarterbacks. Ben, give me your starting five quarterbacks here.
I think most have like the same five in just kind of a little bit different order, but Cam Ward QB1, Shadur QB2, I'm gonna go Dart QB3, Shaw QB4, and then I'll go Leonard QB5.
So you did not put Leonard QB1 after much
No,
discussion and
no.
debate.
Yeah, I mean, in all reality, I don't love this whole QB draft at all, really. I think there's possibly three starters in there, but even that's pushing it. Like Cam Ward had the best season, and I think he's got the best like traits overall, but I don't know. I'm still
Cam
not.
Ward also has traits that you don't want as a starting
Yeah, I
quarterback.
mean, he's
Yeah.
the most up. He could also just completely fizzle, so I wouldn't be
He,
surprised.
he, and I'll talk about the other one later, but he is definitely one of my biggest boomer busts
Yep,
in this draft.
yep. He could
Which
be
again,
great. He could be awesome.
that was also Caleb Williams for me last year.
Yep,
So,
yep.
Isaiah, who do you have as your five?
Yeah, I do have Cam Ward as one. Just because I don't know. I don't know if Shadur translates. I mean, he's got the like skill set you would want, but I don't know. I didn't really like what he did at
There's
college.
head case concerns with him too, for
Yeah, and
sure.
I just didn't know really like his yeah, his work at
No,
college.
there's
So,
nothing that like is like blows you away about Sanders. He's
mhm.
just like he's good. But it's like
You know he's not going to be Cheeks. In my opinion, I
Mhm.
am like confident he's not going to be Cheeks,
Yeah,
but I am not confident he's going to be a Pro Bowler.
I would
yeah.
agree with that. Yeah.
Three, I'm gonna have Jackson Dart, and then Riley Leonard and Jalen Milrow.
Okay.
I will
Um,
say sneaky Jalen Milrow, like I don't know, I guess he fumbled a lot. I just that Rose Bowl game versus Michigan just like lives in my brain for obvious reasons. But
yeah.
like he did do a lot of good at Alabama, so I don't know.
It's most athletic,
Yeah, he
certainly.
has the frame and like the athletic ability that you would want at the NFL, but I don't know.
So I do. I also am putting Cam Ward there, just with the boom potential. I'm going to outweigh that to his bust potential.
Sure.
Uh, I just his despite his lack of interceptions last year, I still question his decision making. Um, I think I do like his athleticism edge over Shadur Sanders. I think that sticks out to me. And there's something about having poise, and we'll see if like that's a good kickoff to his career. If he can maintain that poise that he always showed in college as a rookie in the big show next year, then maybe that kind of just sets his trajectory. So yeah, Cam Ward is number one for me. I'm gonna put Shadur too. Um, there's just nothing I really like love about him though. And quite frankly, like if it were like even a slightly better quarterback class, I don't think more than one of these guys deserves a first round pick.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot like the Kenny Pickett. Is it Kyle Pickett or Kenny
I
Pickett?
was thinking
Kenny
more of like
Pickett.
the Geno Smith, EJ Manuel draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite that bad, but yeah.
Um,
I wouldn't be surprised if nobody was starting in 3 years.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
we're gonna be unanimous on our top three. I'm gonna put Jackson Dart at three. Um, now this is where it's gonna get a little dicey for me because I think I'm gonna put Kyle McCord four.
talking pure production last year, I think McCord deserves to be up there. He was the most productive, probably out of
He
any.
also lives rent free in my head of all those
Correct.
bad games at Michigan. So
Correct. Correct.
or that bad game, there was only one, but
Yep.
And after that, like I kind of just want to be like kind of goofy with it, but Curtis Rourke, there's something about watching him too that
okay,
All right.
there's
sure.
something that about watching Curtis
There's
Rourke
something
I
play.
mean,
about
I will say this. I look at Leonard, Seth Hennigan,
Yeah,
Rourke, and like Will Howard almost all the same. They're all the
not
same.
yeah.
yours. You're not putting yours on that list either.
No, yours, no. I hate yours. I think he stinks.
And Dylan Gabriel's a lefty, so I just don't like that.
Dylan Gabriel's just too small, and he's left-handed.
Yeah, outside of that, you got a battle with Brosmer, yeah, Brady Cook.
Yeah.
You could go with a Laurier University quarterback, Taylor Elgersma, just because he's got a nice Dutch last name.
There's a lot of there's a lot of guys that are like the same guy though. Like a lot of
EJ
guys.
Ayugalele,
No, if anybody took
Peyton Thorne.
no.
I know we're getting pretty deep on that list. How about Alan Bowman? Bowman.
Yes.
For
Taking
sake of time, let's get deeper.
yeah. We can keep going.
No, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll live and die by Rourke there. Running back Isaiah. Who are your top five?
Ashton Jonty, number one. I think I would assume we all share that, but I don't know if somebody's gonna try to be cute with it. Um I saw him up and down as far as position rankings go. Like there's a bunch of people, a bunch of running backs kind of like big board between like 50 to 70
Yep.
that I saw, but I'm gonna do say Travion Henderson. Um he's got the build and he's got the skill set to be good at the NFL level. Ohio State running backs have
You got the
done pretty
Lord.
well, so unless they
The
break
Lord.
all
He's a
their
good Christian man.
ligaments in their knees. And then I'll say Amarion Hampton from North Carolina. Um, I feel like he's going to have a really good. I don't think he's going to be the fourth best in this class, but I would think he's going to have a very virally combine. So I'm going to say Cam Scatabo. And then I will say the other Ohio State running back, Quinshawn Judkins at five, who, I mean, you could put a bunch of guys there, kind of like quarterback. I think with like the 4 or 5 after those first couple guys, you could put a bunch of dudes, kind of all do the same things and like are interchangeable and they'll probably all be drafted by each other and be running back by committee somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have Genty. I have Omari and Hampton as number two. I have Travion as three. And I'm gonna put Caleb Johnson as four. And give me Basil Tootin as number five.
Basil
He's a
Du-
bagel.
Tootin.
All right. I don't hate
Tech.
that. I got Genty, Hampton. Um, I'm gonna go Caleb Johnson 3. I will go. It's hard back and forth between Judkins and Travion Henderson, but I'll just go Henderson because I think he's a little bit more complete back. He's got the explosiveness is a little bit more. But I would not be surprised if Judkins is a more productive pro just because Henderson has always been hurt. So, and then 5, just because he's white, Cam Scatterby.
You got to get a white guy.
One
Did we
white
put
running back.
Dylan Laube in last year?
I don't think he was in the top 5. No,
New Hampshire.
no.
Hey, I remember you and I watched his combine. Oh,
He had an excellent combine, but it was still like, no, this ain't
the
happening.
white Missouri running back that got hurt early on.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember he had an ice pack after the
yeah, he
combine.
was yeah. What's his name? He was good, really good in college. I'll find it. Missouri white running back. Cody Schrader.
Missouri white.
Cody Schrader.
Cody Schrader. Yep.
Yep.
Son of a gun. Baptist preacher. All right. Wide receivers. Let's see who I got here. I'm gonna go Tedoroa McMillan. first. I'll go with Emeka Egbuka 2. Matthew Golden, I'll go with at 3. Luther Burden the third at 4. And give me Kyle Williams at 5.
Are we considering Travis Hunter a wide receiver?
No.
No, I have my corner for mine, but
Okay, that's fine.
because I think he's going to be a guy. I think he'll play wide receiver, but I think
Because
it'll
he's
be
in
like
he would be in my top five of probably 4 or 5, but he would be in my top 5 for receivers in this draft still.
It would not
Yeah.
be in mine.
All right, Ben, who do you have here? Why?
Give me Tet McMillan number 1. Just think his length is kind of
His
rare.
drops are my only concern.
Yeah, I think I'm not too concerned. I think it's just he's got the NFL receiver body. Give me Matthew Golden 2, Luther Burden 3. Give me Egbuka 4.
Gonna go with a white receiver now, right? Jack Besh?
No. I don't know. You can go a couple different ways here. You know what? Give me Jaden Higgins from Iowa State.
Isaiah's turn.
Who is your 5 you picked, Ben?
Jaden Higgins, Iowa
Higgins.
State.
Oh,
From
okay.
Iowa State.
I think I have just some combination of everybody you said. I'm gonna say Tet McMillan 1. I think he's just the all around prospect.
Yep.
Clearly above everybody else. I'm gonna say Luther Burden the third, second, Emeka Egbuka third. I'm gonna say Alec Ayamanor. Am I
Yeah.
saying that right?
Yeah. Io Manor. Yeah.
Ayamanor. And then I'll
I
say
like
Matt
him a lot.
Golden.
I like-
I'm pretty
I like,
sure
Who'd you have at
Io
5?
Manor.
I had Matthew Golden at 5. I'm pretty sure Ayamanor, there was like a 1 a.m. game. Maybe not this past season, but the season before.
Against Colorado.
Was it Colorado? Yeah, that game against Colorado.
He had like 300 yards.
He was insane. And
Yeah.
like things like that stick in my head.
Yep.
It's not often a Stanford wide receiver makes it something like this, though. So
That is
give it a
true.
guess.
You got to shout it out.
Yeah. All right, Ben, back to you to lead it off at tight end.
Tight ends. Tough. I am gonna go Colson Loveland. We talked about this the other day. I'm gonna go Colson Loveland 1. I just think projectability, and he's just more of a matchup nightmare. He's faster than Warren too.
From Idaho.
Yeah, and he's from Idaho, which is cool. So I'm gonna go him number 1. I will go Tyler Warren number 2. Incredibly productive. I think he's gonna be a little bit more in line than Loveland would, but Loveland still, I mean, he's got probably 10 pounds on Loveland. It's not like they're that big of a difference. But he's more of a traditional tight end. So, but he is versatile and he had a huge season last year. After that, it's a little tough. I will say I'm gonna go Harold Fannin Jr. from Bowling Green at number 3. Incredibly productive. And then I'm gonna go Mason Taylor LSU, and then Elijah Arroyo from Miami at 5.
Yeah, how about you, man?
I'm also going to put Loveland over Warren at 1. Obviously a little biased, but yeah, I just like what he did more while he was in college, so I just think
Makes
he's a little
sense.
better. Yeah. Then Warren, and then I will go with Mason Taylor, Elijah Arroyo, and then also Harold Fannin Jr. As you would expect from a MAC tight end, great at blocking, so he will find himself, regardless of like how productive he is on the offense as far as yards, he will find himself lined up pretty often. So Usually guys like that, I mean, we see it with Iowa tight ends all the time. Like they can do everything. So they will find themselves on the field and then they just kind of have to show it from there. So,
Surprised Luke Lachey is not getting a shout out being an Iowa tight end, but
I mean,
It's not as, I mean, he had like,
he's no matter where he gets drafted, he'll be dominant. That's what
he
Iowa
will
tight ends
probably
do.
be good.
Does not matter.
He's not going in the top five for tight ends in my opinion. I actually do like
Uh,
him, but
oh man. I'm gonna say Tyler Warren, number one. Uh, Trying to swallow some bias a little bit. I think Tyler Warren to me is gonna be a, a blocking George Kittle. Uh, to me, Colston Loveland has to be used. He reminds me of Kyle Pitts, and so he has to be used
he's a
perfectly.
way better blocker than Kyle Pitts ever was. Kyle Pitts is a pansy. He's a way better blocker.
I just feel like
Watch the Alabama game from 2 years ago. He was smoking dudes.
okay. I just feel like Colson Loveland has to be used the right way. Not saying he can't figure it out. I think he's adaptable and moldable. He's moved with two or three offensive coordinators in his career at Michigan, so I think he's certainly moldable. Um,
Horrible QB play last year. That's the knock, really.
so that's where I'm putting that one. I'm gonna say Mason Taylor. Is he the nephew of Jason Taylor, or is he the son?
Yes. Yes.
Nephew?
He is the nephew
Okay.
and nephew of Zach Thomas. Or he's the son. He's
Oh
the
yeah,
son
I
of
know. Yeah,
Jason Taylor and nephew of Zach Thomas. That's what it is.
yeah, yeah. Um, and I'm gonna go with Arroyo, and then I'm gonna go with a Rondé Gadsden.
Okay. No love for Harold Fannin.
Fannin is right there at 6. Man, Terrence Ferguson, Gunnar Helm, Mitchell Evans, all other guys I've kind of thought about. So
I feel like Gunnar Helm's just going to find himself in a locker room because of his name. So shout out him.
part of
You
me
gotta
really
have
wants to put
you gotta have a
Lachey.
gunner who's just like you gotta have a gunner in the crew, one of the boys. Like he's just liable to like headbutt someone at the bar. Like you gotta have one of them. So
I like it.
Um,
You do.
Brenningstool is probably going to be a mix of tight end slash HB. He's going to be a little bit of that for any team that needs him. Thomas Fedone, Nebraska. Just, I like Nebraska football. We saw a lot of Eurosec because Georgia is just good and they play Georgia football all the time on TV.
Yep.
And then Dupre had a really good combine.
Yeah, he
So
did.
you think about him from Alabama too.
Yep.
And Gavin Bartholomew sticks out to me because of the Bartholomew that played with you that went to
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's
Exactly.
any relation at all, but
He's not.
okay. Distant cousins. Okay.
Sure. Maybe. I don't know. Not
And
that
then
I
there's
Joel,
Caden
Joel, you would know.
Prieskorn.
Joel can find out.
He could find out. Just run the family tree.
That guy.
We're all
Caden
related at
Prieskorn.
some point. So
Caden Prieskorn reminds me of Brady Prieskorn. So
Yeah.
kind of just like
Yeah,
names that
we're
jump.
all connected by Adam and Steve.
yeah.
That's what they tell us in school now. Public school told me. All right, Isaiah, you get to start out with offensive tackle.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Just a little off. That's fine. We're good.
Yeah.
Offensive tackle. Sorry. Exterior O line. My bad. Um, I was looking at interior. Give me 1 second.
We'll do
Okay.
interior next.
Will Campbell, number one. Armand Membu. Is it Membo or Membu?
Maboo. It's a
Membu.
silent
Okay.
M. Maboo.
Yeah. Shout out North Dakota State. We're gonna go Gray Zabel, 3. I'll say Kelvin Banks Jr. and then Josh Simmons.
So I am gonna go with Maboo first. Um, Campbell I like a lot. He just has really short arms, and like that's kind of like a concern at tackle sometimes. You can get away with that at guard.
Yep.
Um, see, I really like Zabel, but I went back and forth on if I should put him as interior because a lot of people are starting to say he could be probably translate better to guard in the NFL. Um, he is a top tier target for me for the Lions to get at 28 if he's there somehow. But I'm going to go with Kelvin Banks here at 3. Then I'll go with Zabel. And then give me, let's see here. I think I want, man, it's gonna kill. Yeah, give me Jonas Savanaia.
I'm gonna go Campbell one. I just think the production outweighs the
Did I lose your
enthusiasm.
mic? Am I losing your mic?
No,
Yeah, are you the quietest man in the world?
no,
Yeah, dude, I don't know what happened.
that was weird.
Yeah, no, your mic's still gone.
Can you hear me now?
No, you're
And it's
very
just
quiet.
really quiet. But
That's weird. Give me Campbell number one. Give me Mabu number two.
there he is. He's coming
Give
back.
me Banks Jr. number three. I'll go Josh Connerly Jr. at number four, and then give me Ariante Ursary at five. I just think he's huge.
I
So
love Ursary's game too. Ursery was right there for me.
he's a
Yep.
big fella. So
All right, interior O line, guards and centers. I'm gonna put. See, Tyler Booker has bust potential for me too. I know some people are mocking him to the lines. I'm not excited about that. Not excited to pick the Ohio State player here, but I'm gonna say Donovan Jackson first. Um, Probably gonna go with Miles Frazier number two. And I'll go with Booker. Then I'll go with Jared Wilson. And then I'm gonna go with Connor Colby from Iowa.
all right. Give me Tate Ratledge number one. I'll go Booker two. Jared Wilson from Georgia at three. I'm gonna take two centers. I'm gonna go Jake Majors at four, and then give me Wyatt Millum at five.
Okay.
Um,
Like that. That's a pretty unique list.
He's more of a
That
swing guy, Millum.
no,
So
but I like that list is like not like the status quo right there for interior O line big boards. I mean, it'd be easy to pull up a random list online, but that's not that's not a list for most people. So I like that.
I'm also gonna have Tate Ratledge one, then Tyler Booker, Donovan Jackson after that, and then Jared Wilson as well. What is that, four?
Yep.
Yep. And then I'll throw in a little Willie Lampkin. Little
Lampkin.
small guy. Little small guy.
He's a little guy.
He is literally my like he's got like 10 pounds and an inch on me. So I don't feel like an NFL lineman, but
Well, I
I
saw
saw
a
an
meme
under
of
six
Donald
foot
Trump
guy
and
and I
DK
was like, I
Metcalf.
gotta pick it.
Yep,
Donald Trump and DK Metcalf have the same specs.
they do.
True. True.
But
Hey,
they're basically the same guy.
No.
I mean, wasn't there that one picture? It was Antonio Brown, DK Metcalf, Donald Trump.
You don't know what's under all that tie.
I couldn't even tell them apart, basically. The physiques.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, edge rush Ben.
Abdul Carter, consensus
Uh-huh.
number one, probably
Yep.
arguably consensus number one pick. I mean, I guess Ward could go number one too, but I think he's the best player in the draft. So we'll go Abdul Carter. Go Michael Williams, number two, from Georgia. I will go Shamar Stewart, number three. Then give me Mike Green from Marshall at four. And then Donovan Izururaku from Boston College at five.
Bad. It's Ezeraku is what I have for pronouncing. Yeah. So
Mhm.
that's pretty solid. All right, Ben Isaiah.
All right, I'm gonna go different.
You're
For
not gonna
one.
go Carter different though.
No, I still have Carter one.
Okay.
Uh, Mike Green from Marshall two. Nick Scarton, Scarton. Um, that Donovan guy from Boston College after that. Um,
Zaraku?
yeah, and then we'll go Mikael Williams at 5. Those Georgia defense players, you really can't go wrong drafting one of them. Just take away his car keys.
Yeah,
But
he's got to have a chauffeur everywhere he goes. But other than
yeah,
that, it's
he's got
fine.
a valet. He cannot even park. He has to use valet.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go with RJ Oben, number 1. Sick.
Okay. Okay. A viral
Like,
moment here.
Josiah Stewart.
hey, he's a son. He's NFL blood. RJ Oben
Yeah,
is NFL blood.
you're
Roman
right.
Oben's
You're
son.
right.
So,
Mhm.
no, Abdul Carter for sure. He is my number 1 on my big board. Um, I'm gonna go with Shamar Stewart at 2, Michael at 3. I'm gonna go with James Pierce at 4. Um, the battle at 5. Give me Princely, you man me Ellen.
Okay.
All right, interior defensive line Isaiah.
Oh boy, we're gonna go Mason Graham number 1. Um, because he is the best, just in general in
Two.
life. Kenneth Grant number 2, Walter Nolan number
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
I had come on. It's not out of the realm.
No, it's not. No, I have
Really
Grant at
not.
3. I have
Yeah.
Grant at 3. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Derek Harmon 4 and Omar Norman Lott at 5.
did you
I
sound
wanted
out
to
that
sh- I
extra
wanted to
R?
throw in I wanted to throw in Darius. You know what? I'm gonna go Darius Alexander 5 because I want to add some more Mac guys to my list.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
I was gonna say if you did you? I didn't even hear you sound out that extra R in Omar. He decided to add the extra R,
Omar.
so it's Omar.
Omar.
Omar. All right, let's see what I got here. I do have Kenneth Grant number 1 actually. I think obviously Mason's number 2. I'm gonna say Nolan at 3, and we'll go with Harmon at 4, and then yeah, there's like 4 or 5 other guys I could pick here. I'm gonna go with TJ Sanders as a South Carolina.
Graham number 1. I just think he's a game wrecker. He's the closest thing from just pass rush and disruptiveness to Aaron Donald that we've seen in a while. I will go Derek Harmon 2. He's just a monster. You can't really move him. And he's super athletic. He's just a load. Grant 3. Grant might have the most upside of anybody.
That's where I made my.
He
I
might
just
have
don't
the
think
most
it
upside
just
because
the
his size,
specs, man.
he's bigger than Graham. Graham's just better at football right now, but
Yeah.
Grant may be the biggest upside in the
He could be Aaron Donald, dude. He's freak
he's,
athletic.
he's way bigger than Aaron Donald ever was.
But
When
to jump and run the way that Kenneth Grant can run and
when
jump.
Grant came to school, he was like 400 pounds. I mean, he was so big. Did we lose
Mhm.
Isaiah? Here's we did. Um,
Yeah.
I'll go Nolan, and then I'll go Tyleek Williams at number 5.
Oh, going around state. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to, but I think he could be really good.
All right. Linebackers here. I am staying very far away from Jalen Walker. He is the number 1 bust potential player for me. He's not off ball. I just think he's too much of like a tweener. He doesn't have like a real position. Um, he is good.
In the
You
right
know,
defense, I think he could be really good. It's just he's going to
I
be
don't know how many right defenses there are in the NFL for him.
the
Um,
Ravens. If he played for the Ravens, he would be excellent.
yeah, maybe.
But he's
Do they
but he's
double
not
up
going to
with the
he's
guy
not
when
going
they
to be
already have
there.
a Dafe Elway?
But he's not going to be there for the Ravens. So
Um, so I'm gonna actually say I'm gonna go with Carson Schwessinger.
okay.
First, and I'm gonna go with Jihad Campbell
Mhm.
second. Then I'm gonna go with Jalen Walker. And then I'm gonna go with Demetrius Knight Jr. And then I've gone back and forth between I'm gonna go Danny Stutzman over Barrett Carter. But I like Smile London a lot too.
Okay. I am going to go with Jalen Walker. I think there's a team that'll figure him out. I know the tweener thing is hard. You've seen guys like that have just not figured that how to be, how to get used in the NFL, right? But I think teams have adapted to that positionless guy. And
Like
I think
Isaiah Simmons.
yeah, Isaiah Simmons is a perfect example of that. But I think he's a good enough. I mean, he can play in a 3-4 and rush the passer, but he can also cover. I mean, he can do it all. It's just you got to have a defense that's going to use him. And I think a team that takes him will have a plan. So I am going to go number one for Jalen Walker. Two, I will go Jihad Campbell. I think he might be the best just pure linebacker in the class. He's just I think the athleticism of Walker kind of puts him above him. Um, I'll go Schlesinger. Schlesinger number three. I think he can fly. He might be the best cover backer in the class. Then I'm gonna go Jeffrey Bassa from Oregon at four, and then yeah, I'll go Danny Stutzman from Oklahoma at five. I like him.
Yeah.
If the
Um,
Lions wanted to take another linebacker, I really wouldn't hate it. I'm coming around to the idea.
Yeah. Uh yeah, yes. I don't know if I'd take Jalen Walker if he felt. I hope he's long gone, so it's not even a thought.
You have to if he's there, though.
Um,
You find a way to make that one work if he's there.
they got to take Schlesinger to just have like the whitest linebacking core.
Yeah, but Schlesinger
they
can
still have Derek
fly,
Barnes there
which is
and
great.
Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
Sure, but
I would take Jalen Walker above Jalen Reeves-Maybin all day long.
Yeah, but
Jalen
do you
Reeves-Maybin
draft Jalen
stinks.
Reeves-Maybin as your fourth linebacker at 28? No.
Jalen Reeves-Maybin is is not a good linebacker. He's a great special teams and team guy. He's not a good linebacker.
But I'm not drafting 28th overall my fourth linebacker.
here's what you do if you're
Yeah, I
Dan
think I think
Campbell.
Walker can be better than some of these other guys they got too. I think he can be better than
Barnes,
Barnes.
Campbell,
Yeah.
Anzalone.
They're all Jalen Walker is more athletic than all those guys combined.
I will not hear any Anzalone slander.
I'm just saying, Anzalone is.
Thank you for
I love
sticking up for
Anzalone.
my Jewish
Um,
brethren.
Abigail said she'd cut the Wi-Fi. So, um, I
Is
will
that what
have
happened last time? You just zipped
no,
out?
I was trying to turn the volume up and I pressed the power button.
All right.
Done that
Um,
before. Yeah.
yeah. I'll take Jihad Campbell, number one. Don't like the name, but here we are. But it's gonna be awesome. Like, there's gonna be like a Who's Next Sports like compilation video of him just like exploding like when he sacks Pete. Like, it's gonna be awesome. Anyway, I will take Schlesinger two, just because his ability to cover and kind of do everything just makes him very desired. And then Jalen, I'm kind of opposite you, Ben, with Walker. I'll put him three, but I think one of the things with like an NFL roster is like you're not playing every snap, and like, are they going to just have their defense built around one guy who's playing 60% of snaps? Like, what did they do when he's either not playing, or like is someone else going to do what he does just on off snaps? Like, it just doesn't usually work out. So I'm not expecting it to work out, I guess is what I'm saying. Could it work out? Yeah. A team could really make him a center point of how they run their defense. And there's a lot of very, very good defensive coordinators and defensive head coaches that could probably figure that out and do it. But it just doesn't often happen. But he's still got all the tools you could ask for. So, four, I'm gonna do Danny Stutzman, and then The son of the San Antonio Spurs point guard Chris Paul Jr. at 5.
Is he really?
No.
Okay. What? I was
No.
like, dude, no way.
No. Chris Paul is only like 34, so I don't think his son is 22.
But Cliff Paul.
Cliff Paul.
For whatever reason, I was thinking like brother or cousin. I don't know why I just
Oh,
thought son.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
He's just a junior, but he's his cousin.
Corner. I'm gonna try to fly through some of these here. We got 4 minutes before this one's done. We can maybe finish the safeties on the next one, probably. Okay, yeah, corner. I'm gonna go Travis Hunter. Will Johnson, number 2. Jade Barron, number 3. Shavon Ravel. I'm gonna go with that 4. Give me Benjamin Morrison at number 5.
I'll go Hunter number 1. I think it's if you don't put him number 1, that's silly. Even though I don't know if he's going to be an amazing corner, but we'll see. I love his ball skills. His ball skills are generational. Will Johnson number 2. We're gonna go Ravel number 3. We'll go Jade Barron number 4, and give me Maxwell Harrison at number 5, just because he ran a 4.28.
Yeah, no, that's pretty impressive.
Got to give him a shot if he runs a 4.28.
Ben, I guess you can call me a silly goose because I'm doing Will Johnson 1.
All right.
I'm a Travis Hunter denier. I'm part of
All right.
the QAnon of Travis Hunter denying.
All right.
Not because I don't think he's an amazing prospect. I think he's going to get drafted to a team that tries to make him play both wide receiver and cornerback and play too many snaps. And it's just not going to work out. Maybe year 2, 3, he figures it out more and they change that. But first year, don't think it's going to go well. I think he's going to go to like the Giants and they're just going to do dumb stuff with him. And it's going to be like, oof. And like, he'll still be super talented. He'll still be incredibly good in some situations. I just feel like he's going to get misused. So it's not really a knock on Travis Hunter. I'm not saying he's not as good as he is. I feel like he's like, I want to play both positions. I want to do it. I'm not going to go to a team that doesn't. And the team's going to be like, we'll do it. And it's going to fail. So that's kind of why, that's my mentality of why. Like,
I get
other guys where it's a little more straightforward is like, yeah. So also Will Johnson, he got hurt last year. Insane. So even when Travis 2 seasons ago, when Will Johnson played a full season, people were saying he was the best corner in the league with Travis Hunter there too. So, then I'll go Travis Hunter. I will go with Shavon Revel and Jade Barron. Oh no, sorry, Jade Barron and then Revel, and then we will go with. Ooh, this is a Joel. You might have to help me with this one. Azariah Thomas.
That's about right. Yeah. Let me just double check, but I'm pretty sure it is.
The apostrophe H is throwing me off a little bit.
It's Azarie.
Azariah. Okay. If there wasn't an H, that's probably how I would have pronounced it, but the H threw me off.
Good, man.
Okay.
All right. Well, then I'm going to rattle off my special teams. I've got Andres Borregales at kicker, Ryan Fitzgerald at kicker, James Burnip at punter, Tyler Loop at kicker, Jeremy Crawshaw at punter, Kai Kroger at punter, Luke Elzinga, because he went to Grand Rapids Christian, punter, and then William Wagner, long snapper. We'll continue the safeties in the next one and then do our drafts. See you soon.
Sick.